All right, so furthering the installation process here of the Vtwin into the Murray, the fuel pump has been ordered and the shrouding is back on. The mouse nest is cleaned out of there. The carburetor is currently sitting in a solution that should be reacting with the rust and corrosion and cleaning it, hopefully. So now I got basically to put the exhaust on and put the pulley on underneath. So I'm gonna have a quick look at that and see if I can't get something thrown together. Oh yeah, same old story under here. Since this motor's mounted in different bowl holes, I thought maybe it'd be different, but it's actually not. So all I had to do was slide the pulley back on as per normal and take a tape measure and measure to my frame and the same on my back and figure out what my measurement was so that I could align the pulleys perfectly. So they're as perfect as they're gonna get. So now I'm gonna crank down this hose clamp. All that does is keeps that keyway in there, and then I had a big bowl on here and that goes in and that prevents the hose clamp from ever sliding down. And then it's got set screws as well. So that's all there is to that setup. All right, now I got the exhaust done. It's a different setup, that's for sure. But I used the same pipe that I used to have on it on the single. I just modified it a little bit. Added a little hole there for the pipe coming down there, and then back into the big chamber at the back. So I'm gonna try and start it now and see what happens. One thing I noticed, that is way too close to there. And I don't know if the hood's gonna clear yet or not, but let's see what she does. It definitely did a job on it. So I wanted to give you a quick overview of what actually ended up happening on this. So in order to make room for this Vtwin in here, I had to remove the headlights. So I'm gonna get some low profile LED headlights for this eventually. But for right now, it's not like I drive it much anyway. So here's what we got going on. The intake had to be modified because the hood actually wouldn't shut with that whole intake setup on there. It was too high and it wouldn't close. I would have had to raise the hood up and it would have looked really ridiculous. Anyway, so I made an intake on this. Really quite difficult to do, but this is an 1.5 ABS 90 and a threaded fitting here and a little piece of pipe and then tied onto there. This is my old intake that was on the single, and it's not going as far as it was, and it's definitely too low. So this is eventually going to have to be routed up into the dash there, but for the first run, it was fine. However, look at the oil dumping out of this thing, eh? Definitely got a bad bottom seal or something. So that's an issue. Definitely going to probably have to pull the motor back off and deal with that sometime soon. That'll end up getting down into the pulley and everything. You get on the belt and then it'll sweat, you know. But anyway, yeah, so I also relocated the fuel pump down to there, and I ran a line up to here and welded a little fitting, a little nipple onto the pulse there on the valve cover. And yeah, so everything there seems to be working good. The motor's not running A1, but it's definitely running decent. So that's that rig.